Hello, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Okay, so we're actually, season 4 of Miss Maisel has been pretty interesting so far.
Yeah, it's definitely been different. I don't have any qualms with understanding why this isn't people's favorite.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite season. I don't hate it,
Sure.
but it is tonally very different. We've kind of got, and it's
a little
kind of,
meaner.
yeah, it's a little bit more of a downer.
Yeah.
We are 4 episodes in. We're halfway through the season, and Midge has kind of been like in retreat mode,
Sure.
kind of coasting along. Not really. We're not seeing her do stand up at all beyond what she's doing at the club. Which, let's face it, that's not really stand up. She's an MC.
She's kind of staying put.
Yeah, she is.
Whereas,
she's not trying. And Joel and Susie have both told her that.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, you kind of need that. I mean, look at season 4 of Mad Men.
Right.
The whole season was kind of a bummer as far as Don goes. He was kind of stifled. And I don't want to say Midge is stifled either, but she's kind of.
I think she is
A little bit, right?
I think that's.
She's having some success, but at the same time, she's not spreading her wings like she has in the last few seasons.
Sure.
Well,
I mean, we had Lenny show up to try to nudge her along. Everybody, obviously with the exception of Abe and Rose, everyone's trying to hey, Midge, it's really time to start doing this thing or not doing this thing.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I think especially since the last season was so strong and
right.
that runway finale.
Yeah.
I kind of expected Shy Baldwin to be a part of the series going forward, or at least Sterling K. Brown, or some continuation of that storyline, which it could still play out that way.
It could. I will say this about that. I feel like if Shy's not ever coming back for Midge and / him to have a kind of a redemption arc together, I think Shy ends his run on the show as a villain. I really do.
Maybe.
I understand why he did what he did. I understand Midge crossed the line a little bit, but I feel like the punishment doesn't fit the crime here.
Yeah,
which kind of makes Shy a villain.
It definitely warranted a conversation. But
no, it did.
Yeah,
she was wrong. She was wrong.
But to just leave her like that in the runway with all of her stuff, that's a little
right.
That's a little cruel.
I mean, it's catastrophic for somebody's life. You know what I mean? You've got this.
We're gonna
yank it away from you completely, and we're gonna do it in a way that's humiliating and that you don't see coming because I want it to hurt.
Yeah.
I was kind of on Shy's side because she did kind of push that line a little bit until we found out at the beginning of this season that, oh wait, they had a replacement act already. They wanted her to show up and be told to go away at the runway. They wanted to kick her.
Yeah.
Which was so vindictive.
And if he wanted to fire her, which it's his show, it's his right. He can do whatever he wants. But be a little professional. At least don't have somebody show up to a runway. If you wanted to fire somebody that badly, you don't have to have them show up like that.
That was unnecessarily cruel.
And even I think the firing would have been too much. I'm not saying she deserved to be fired. I'm just saying in general that's not how you fire people.
Well, I mean, we kind of got at the end there that Sterling Brown's character felt bad about it.
Yes.
So you think it's well, if you actually know that she doesn't deserve this, if you know she was just following your advice and you don't want to tell Shy that, you can at least talk him down on what he's doing.
Exactly.
You could have said, let me call him and I will tell them that the tour's over, but you don't need to have them show up at the runway with their luggage, man. You don't need to do that to him.
He was upset about it too. By the way, we didn't mention this, but when that aired because what didn't happen yet, but Sterling K. Brown nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah. And good for him.
I know.
I am a big fan of the guy.
I need to watch that movie, American Fiction. I want to see it really bad.
Got a lot of buzz. A lot of good buzz around the entire movie. Right. Obviously, he's an incredibly talented guy.
Yeah.
We probably won't see him again because I'm not sure where at this time he is, but he's a guy that works a lot.
Let me ask you this, too, because it's similar to the Shy situation. How do you feel in the last episode about Midge taking Susie to the bar? I think it was a really nice gesture, but at the same time, I can see how that would rub somebody the wrong way.
I think
it's overstepping a little bit.
It was a heart's in the right place thing.
Yeah,
but
a little naive.
That's a kind. It's such. It kind of feels a little bit like what she did to Shy. I'm trying to force this issue out into the open because I don't have a problem with who you are. Therefore, I'm going to make sure that I force you to embrace the world as you are.
Yeah.
And that's not really Midge's place. This is she's 0 for 2 on making that assumption.
No.
You know what I mean?
I know. And it's oh, Midge, you sweetheart. But at the same time, it's you gotta pump the brakes a little bit.
Well,
Like,
you got to let people be who they are.
exactly.
And she didn't do that with Shy, kind of.
Mhm.
She's not really doing that with Susie. She's definitely not doing it with Susie.
Which we saw the last episode. They're kind of fighting right now. She sent her flowers, I guess. So we'll see what happens in the next episode. Also, we got to address the mobster situation. We know they're mobsters. we know they're not good people.
We upset somebody by thinking that by saying that we like the two mobster guys
I
because
enjoy
yes,
them
and we're like
very much.
Yeah, yes, we do understand they're terrible people. But I mean, they're clearly here to be comic relief in the show. We're supposed to enjoy them.
The first episode we saw them, we were like, "Oh my god, this is like Goodfellas. It's like Pulp Fiction." You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, right. You're not supposed to want to hang out with mobsters in real life.
It's really good.
That.
It's really good dark humor.
Yeah, they're there for dark humor. If two guys came up to me and were talking about how they castrated and killed a couple guys, I wouldn't think they were charming, funny, or want to hang out with them.
And they're just like in a deli, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But obviously, for the purposes of the show, they are designed to be funny.
Yeah.
So yes, we're not endorsing the mob lifestyle. Joe's watched The Sopranos. People who watch The Sopranos are rooting for Tony Soprano. We know he's the bad guy.
Yeah, Sopranos and Mrs. Maisel, very different shows.
Sure.
One kind of like
a drama, right?
But also at the same time, like mob life in The Sopranos is nowhere near as hilarious as shit. Well, actually, Sopranos is kind of funny. Anyways,
we need to get rolling here.
We have to. Yeah.
All right, do you want to go ahead and welcome Mark Wass, Katie, Taylor Burnett, Justice Brazelton, Melinda Cousins, Marcia, and the incredible Matt Man! To our Patreon group. Welcome, guys. We're glad you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you don't mind the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
Yeah, if you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. We're at least 4 episodes ahead from YouTube. We're over on Patreon, including on the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. You will have to stream and watch along on your own device. You're only going to see and hear us for copyright purposes on Patreon. We're also watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive.
Now go ahead. I'm all ears.
Oh, well, what would you like to know?
That's how you do an interview.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Let me go read this book real fast.
Right?
Do you have a natural flair for meticulous organization?
I'd say yes. Yes, I do.
Great.
Tell me she didn't just find the one question.
Yeah.
You excuse me again.
Oh, no, Susie.
Susie did not think this through. Just take the book in with you.
I know, right?
Perhaps you'd like to see my resume?
Excellent. Yes. Let's take a gander.
This poor girl's having to run her own interview now.
Yeah.
What will a typical workday look like?
You excuse me a minute.
Oh, no.
I felt like that was a fair question.
You're gonna be in close quarters with this girl with snacks and whatnot, munching and crunching, day in, day out.
Imagine going to interview, they ask you how do you
Right.
do.
This and shit. Oh, yeah, she fell off the stage.
She banged up her wing pretty bad there.
It's me, Abe.
It's not you.
Stop that, please.
It's not me.
He was a little insufferable last
he
episode,
was.
too.
I need some help, but I'll ask you tomorrow.
No, it's fine. I was just lying there thinking about how she made me turn out my light.
I've been there.
Yeah, right?
I'll sleep on the couch.
Do not sleep on the couch. It wears out the cushions faster than just everyday sitting.
I've never heard anybody be that meticulous about their
haven't
couch.
either. I love sleeping on my couch sometimes.
Who's fighting? I'm simply recalibrating my entire relationship with your mother based on information she previously chose to keep secret for 35 years.
He's being a little bit of a baby about this.
He
Yeah.
is. It's like, bro, you're 50.
Yeah.
You have a wonderful family. Chill.
Do you think Joel could try to contribute a little more?
He's doing everything he can.
He is.
Joel does a lot.
I'll forgive your mother in the morning. For God's sake, the woman owns a Chanel sleep mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm not voting for Nixon. He looks like he eats children.
Thank you.
You have no idea.
By the way, the Nixon audio in The Good Place, real.
That was real.
That was real.
God.
What's the point of that?
To teach kids that nothing lasts?
Just ignoring other families.
We discussed this. It could be another one of Ma's girls. If I open it, I'm as good as engaged.
Oh, my God.
As emphatic as I'm assuming it's Moisha.
It's gotta be Moish.
Yeah.
I'll meet your parents. Just answer the phone.
No, we can wait my mother out.
We can't.
We can. She's getting older. She has limited wind.
We need our lives back, Joel.
Right. No, this is terrible. I'm stressed out just watching
I know.
Now's a good time.
Should I wait outside?
Nah, you ain't getting the job.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
This.
What is that?
This is my invitation to Shy Baldwin's wedding.
Oh. I assumed we weren't going to get him back at this point.
Maybe we should go.
Go. Are you kidding me?
There's no way there's not an open bar, some good food.
You are not serious.
I would go to maybe just bury the hatchet. Just,
There's a car coming for me. I have business in Scarsdale. Please tell Mr. Weissman when he comes home.
It's really interesting that this is like working, like Rose's business.
Their mother cries herself to sleep every night wondering where she went wrong. Horses are easy. You throw them together, a little noise, maybe a stall door needs repairing, and that's that. If only it were as simple with daughters.
Oh my God. Just compared them to horses.
Yeah.
And I need to be able to bring my daughter's husbands into the family business. They can't be idiots or obvious idiots.
Or obvious idiots.
Yeah.
I am appointing you director of the nearly bankrupt division of Melaman Industries known as my daughter's marital prospects.
Goodbye.
They live together there like a pair of ex-nuns.
I'll set up meetings right away to get to know them.
I was going to say, I might want to meet them first.
Yeah.
What's the eeriness?
Yeah, this is like a horror movie shot, isn't it? Like the slow camera push in and everything.
Even like when she was in the doorway, it's like, all right. Oh, she's going to find out she works at a
gentleman's
establishment.
Club. Yeah.
Don't go.
This is
Come
yeah.
on,
This is really
don't go
invasive.
stupid.
I mean, I get that she's a busybody, but
yeah.
We do not get a lot of flattering looks at Rose on this show anymore, do we?
No, it's unfortunate because I really like her character.
Yeah, I do too.
I had to open my own door.
Sounds harrowing, but it's over. Now focus.
Sounds harrowing, but it's over.
Why don't you get on a subway and see how you feel about that?
Yeah. I don't know if she could survive a subway.
Right.
There's no heat on her, okay? It'd be like booking an iceberg. Sorry.
I accept your apology. You book Sophie on that show, she will give Gordon the kind of interview no other star in her right mind would ever agree to.
I am not in my right mind. That is true.
She's actually cracking me up right now.
Yeah.
And has fuck all to plug. She's got nothing to lose. So she is going to open up her walk-in closet of skeletons and introduce them all to the world in living color. And her publicist isn't going to stop her because her publicist quit last week.
This is a good pitch.
Susie's got it, man.
Yeah.
She's talented.
He does something ballsy like this, he's number one, and you're the one who made him number one.
She's good.
Give me your card.
Stay by your phone.
That was a good pitch.
We went out to get something to eat after work.
We?
Me and Susie.
Oh, so no boyfriend.
Well, if you squint.
You're right. This is not going to go well.
Yeah.
Of the Melamids. Are you listening?
Uh-huh. Malamars.
Melamids.
Malamars.
You've been hiding it from us, so you must understand where they are coming from.
Where'd you get that?
Your room, it's full of them.
You're snooping in my room?
Yeah.
Stumbling onto a box of newspaper clippings linking your daughter to a strip club for all the world to see is excruciating.
This is not stupid on Rose's part, yeah.
I am working at a strip club.
So you're a stripper.
No, I am a comic.
She saw her.
This large, sad family is a cash cow, and I want to milk it.
Who's stopping you? Grab a pail.
I can't because my daughter's a stripper.
Are we really going to do this again?
Get a different client.
Right.
Get a different client. Like,
Rose has not been my favorite person lately.
what drives me crazy is the fact the apartment that we bought back for you.
Yeah.
You're a guest in that home.
I know that the hypocrisy is just over the top
Look,
here.
I like Rose a lot, but Jesus.
She's a lot. Yeah.
Also, this is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to go to this wedding? Come on.
I'd go.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to weddings of people I didn't really care for because I was invited, and it's the nice thing you do, you know?
You know what? You probably had a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weddings are fun.
And does anyone really had a huge good time at a wedding? They're almost, sometimes yes, receptions, whatever, but the wedding is usually a chore that you do because you're being supportive, right?
You go for the reception, you go to say hi.
That's why you're That's why you're grateful when people go. Yeah.
What's your most expensive scotch?
I think that would be the Belvini 30, sir.
That one.
Sir, God. They've really kept that joke going.
Yeah.
I'll have the same, but with a cherry.
Scotch and
Your
gin?
most expensive cherry.
2 cherries, please.
Hit the guy. Because that was an annoying drink order.
You want scotch and gin? You got it.
It does sound terrible, doesn't it?
Here's your gasoline.
Are you going to go back and get your drinks?
I know. They always do that in movies.
Yeah.
I can indeed. Great portions here. $20 right there.
Okay, now you're just being children.
Harvey was the rabbit, but
Did
that
you hear that?
is Jimmy
Yeah.
Stewart. Oh my God, Jimmy Stewart is sexy in person.
I love Jimmy Stewart too. Shy Baldwin. Sure.
Guys, I don't recognize this soul up there. Must have gotten a new band.
Probably fired everybody to
Yeah,
them all
probably.
off.
Mr. and Mrs. Shy Baldwin.
Is this the girl he was dating in the last season?
I'm not sure.
That's kind of the point, probably.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like, he's had
We
so many
didn't see much
girlfriends.
of that girl, so I would never be able to recognize
You
her.
know, I do like the actor. I'm glad he's back.
Oh,
I really
yeah.
am.
I hope we do get a moment where everyone just chills, though, you know?
I still can't believe that's not him singing. You know what I mean?
His matchup lip syncing skills are
It's
great.
seamless, yeah.
You can almost always tell in a movie, but not with this guy.
Oh, yeah. Like Rock of Ages.
Yeah.
It's pretty egregious in that
Right,
one. Yeah.
right. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? It's pretty bad.
Yeah, George Clooney.
Yeah.
Fun fact, though, Turturro and Tim Blake Nelson, they actually sang.
Yeah. Those guys have the chops.
Yeah. Clooney, that was not Clooney.
Right. I would go to this wedding. Hate the guy or
It's gonna
not,
be a
this
great
is a beautiful wedding. Yeah.
Meet Sidney Poitier and
This poor guy's going to go through with this his whole life, isn't he?
well, celebrity on the road. He'll
Right.
probably get divorced.
I feel your love. My heart is with you tonight.
Okay, that was not okay.
This is cool. This is awesome.
I think this guy's actually singing too. His voice matches, you know.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're missing out, guys.
And while normally I don't care what anybody thinks about anything, I feel like there's a lot at stake here.
They're kind of adorable.
They're going to be upset that it's not a Jewish girl. He's right. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
No! Oh my God, we can't be late. I want to do everything perfectly.
It won't matter.
It won't
She's
matter.
putting way too much pressure on herself.
You have Jewish culture right here at your disposal.
I remember 2 words. Sours and gefilte fish.
That's all you need to know. I would have called ahead, but she started feeling worse in the cab, so I dropped her back at her apartment.
Did she think she couldn't be sick here? I'm a mother.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
You know, you haven't even told us her name.
It's Rachel.
What are we doing?
Rachel. Such a nice Jewish name.
Nicest.
The lying is going to make this so much worse when it actually happens.
Did she bail? I mean, like...
I feel like she bailed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have just said, her name is May, and she's an Asian American. Deal with it.
Yeah.
So my invitation was a mistake.
I don't know. The PR team made the guest list. Jerry Lewis wasn't invited either. If it makes you feel any better.
Jerry Lewis.
Princess Grace is here. Did you see her?
No.
Oh, you will. Hang out by the bar.
Jack Ballard's not much of a cook, huh?
Jack Ballard's not much of a comic either.
No, he's not. You had a good comic for a while.
Yeah, I'm glad we're addressing it.
I was desperate to just go out there and kill. Hometown crowd, talk about Shy. And I did kill, which was my job. But I should have gone in a different direction.
I love this moment.
I sure have missed that brisket.
I'll send Monica the recipe.
That's a good final line there.
Yeah.
I could take you
No.
to... No.
I'm not falling for that again. We are not friends. I have learned my lesson.
She handled that really well.
Yeah.
From the time she walked in the room, she handled that really well.
Would you come with us, please?
We have invites. They check them at the door and everything.
Maybe we will see Reggie. I don't know.
This is strange, whatever's going on here. Because it didn't feel like it was optional.
Shy's going to be the lead in Billy Wilder's next film. Did you know he could act?
That's cool.
I thought today's performance was pretty good.
Oh. Wow.
From now on, we're going to help him to stay on the straight and narrow. Watch over him 24 hours a day.
Isn't that what Reggie does?
Reggie's gone.
What?
I was wondering why I didn't see him.
Reggie got Shy to where he is now. You realize that.
Reggie's taken care of.
Wow.
Yeah.
We want to make it right.
Okay.
How does $2,000 sound?
$2,000. Wow.
Yeah, it's an NDA.
You invited me
Right.
so you could bribe me?
It's not a bribe, it's an agreement.
There's no way I would ever take $2,000 from you.
How about 3?
Yes.
Nope. 3? Forget it.
5.
Oh, no, this is getting
Yes.
very interesting.
Keep it.
Yep. We thought about it.
I would be
She
like,
wasn't saying anything already. $10,000?
Last and best,
Yes.
12.
Oh, are there harps playing somewhere? I'm hearing harps.
We're done here.
We are.
Yes.
oh, so she's learned from her parents to like self-destruct in the name of pride.
She want to give me $12,000 to
Yeah.
continue doing what I've been doing? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll meet you outside.
So that's 3 gift bags. Yeah. Just taking all of them.
Jesus, just take a couple.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. Got like a dozen of them. $12,000 to do something you were doing anyway.
I get it, but that great shot, by the way. That was I caught that. I get it though. Like, you know, I mean, she's prideful,
right?
And it's gross what they were doing.
It is. Get in the car.
Any chance of girlfriends around?
Nah, it's crunch time at school for her. Always with the books.
In the summer?
Tell him.
Yeah.
Just trying to think, when was the last time I called Shirley Sheila or Trudy, or had to think for a couple of seconds when somebody asked how we met?
So Moisha's not an idiot.
You like her. That's all I know. That's all I need to know.
I like that, yeah.
I like Moish.
There really is a girl.
Yes, there really is.
Okay, that's all I need to know for now. You gotta open. I'll see you around.
You know, that was really sweet.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
The Maisels have been so much better than the Weissmans this season.
They have, haven't they? And I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either. I would much rather kick it with the Maisels.
I would too. This is going to go off the rails, isn't it?
There's a 90% chance.
Because, I mean, it's a tell-all of, like, embarrassing things.
I once hooked up with...
I need to hear you say something.
I want to go home now.
No. If she blows this again, I don't know how you just keep bringing her back.
I don't know if I've commented on it, but Jane Lynch is really tall.
I said that earlier. Yeah, she's so tall.
I believe the official diagnosis was crazier than an outhouse rat.
Okay, this would be a comeback moment for her. Yeah.
Honestly, who doesn't?
Yep. She's killing this. Yeah.
You're an addict with multiple addictions. It's a long list. You want to see it?
That's you just changed the
the tone,
the vibe there. Yeah.
I can stop numbers 3 and 9 whenever I want.
She turned that around good.
There we go.
Dying.
You forbid your employees from...
That's great.
Yeah.
It's working.
There should be a way to pause this. Like, you have a separate box recording the picture and sound.
Great for Ben and TiVo.
Right? Creates a VCR.
No, I could find my second all. I just couldn't find the stage.
That would scare me.
Right, yeah.
That would terrify me if I got a letter under my door that said stop.
Was it addressed to her? To Rose?
Ford, I am making the decision to bump our next guest because I want to keep talking to Sophie. Is that okay with you folks?
My apologies.
She's killing it. Yeah, right. Yeah.
You ever feel so close to something you really want? So close that you just can't stand it, so you destroy it.
I think that's pretty common.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a really human moment from her.
I would like my fans to get to know me, Gordon. I'd like for them to spend some time with the real Sophie Lennon.
That went as well as that could have gone.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never would have thought that we'd be on her side, honestly.
And Susie took off.
You were waiting for 7 hours. Okay, you're hired.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow. Hey, your first job is going to be to tell all those other broads they didn't get the job. Fine by me. Make it 10:30. See you at noon.
Yeah.
Wait, stop.
What?
Pull over.
What's happening? What's happening?
What? No. Oh, come on.
They're going to cliffhanger us like that?
Why would you do that to us, Maisel?
Right? I have no idea what just happened.
Well, she saw somebody walking and she left her purse and everything in the car. So I'm trying to think of what it could be. Yeah. They gave us truly no hint.
They gave us nothing right there.
It's not Susie.
Besides, have we done a cliffhanger really on the show like that before?
Not like that.
Like we've had like, oh my god, how's she gonna get out of this, or what's the next move? But never straight up like, give us the next 5 seconds kind of cliffhanger.
Literally, just like pull the plug.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. I'm into it.
I feel like that was my favorite episode of the season because we had a couple of redemption arcs there.
Yeah. I still think my favorite's the Jackie episode.
Yeah, okay. I forgot about that.
But
right.
no, this is like, this season's been really strong. I really enjoyed it so far. And the funny thing is, a lot of folks say after this episode forward is when things really get crazy.
Uh-huh.
And I'm into it.
I am too.
If we've liked everything that people have not so far,
we're in good shape, right?
Yeah. And you know what? I do think, is this the best season? Probably not.
No, I don't
But
think
it's
so,
still
for sure.
endlessly enjoyable. Like
it is.
There's been one episode for me that hasn't really worked. Everything else has been brilliant, and that does not affect the rest of the show whatsoever. And this episode, it was one of the strongest of the series. So far.
No, it was great. I thought that the bathroom scene was handled perfectly.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that.
I am too. It's really kind of funny. We went into the episode talking about how like we're never going to see Shy again, and he's clearly the villain of the show.
Yeah,
and I don't think we're still terribly far off from that.
Well, I was thinking if we saw maybe like season 5,
right?
You know,
well, I wasn't sure.
To be honest, I wasn't either. You know,
Right.
we were speculating. You know,
Sure.
Sometimes we get it.
While I do disagree with her decision not to take the money, because in her financial situation, I selfishly have been like, hey, this solves an awful lot of problems for me. You know what I mean? But she definitely comes from a family where pride gets in the way of happiness sometimes. Like, I'd rather be right than happy.
Tax-free, 12 grand.
Right?
Give me that money.
Not to mention the fact that Susie would have gotten $1,200 of that, which would have been really big for Susie, too.
Yeah, she's literally starting her own business, man.
Right.
Like,
yeah. But she handled the stuff with Shy well. I'm glad she turned down the invitation to be friends. You know, I'm sorry. This is a professional relationship. Let me apologize for what I did professionally to upset you.
Yeah.
But we're not friends. You know, which I thought was the right answer.
It could have been. You know.
Yeah.
But that was really, you know.
Well, she figured it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, wait a second. Because I mean, even Reggie, when she was fired on the tarmac, was like, you guys are not friends, you know, when she thought they were. So I'm really glad that I didn't make that mistake again. I liked with Sophie there. I really loved that whole interaction.
That was my favorite part, honestly, next to the Shy.
Yeah. I like the fact that Susie, while she probably could have made a lot of money off of Sophie moving forward, did what she wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
I will help you, and then I want you out of my life. And as soon as it showed that this went really well, Susie was gone. You know?
So do you think that, we're going to get Sophie in the show again, or do you think that was the last, that was like the swan song for Sophie's character?
I like where Sophie's going, so I don't think she's quite the mess that she was, like, interpersonally. But I would be really surprised if she didn't show up at Susie's office saying, what you did was great, I'm back, and I really trust you moving forward. I think she's going to want to hire her.
I kind of agree with that.
Right.
If that was the final moment for Sophie, I think that'd be a really strong goodbye. But at the same time, I want to see more Sophie. I think ending her character there would be good,
poetic,
but I don't know if it'd be as satisfying as her fully achieving her redemption.
Well, and I feel like Susie's story, we do need to see Susie branch out beyond just Midge. Like, successfully, like, her career happened beyond Midge.
I think we will.
Don't we?
I think we will.
Yeah.
Eventually. But B, do you think that that's the last time we see Shy? Him on the stairway, smoking a cigarette.
Again, you don't know, but I would, if I was to wager on one of the two, I would feel like, just me personally, we have greater odds of seeing Sophie than we do of seeing Shy again.
Yeah.
I felt like that was a more firm goodbye with Shy than it was with.
It felt that way.
Yeah,
certainly it did.
With Sophie, sorry, I shut my brain off there.
I do think though we're going to see Reggie. Like, those guys in the back room, it kind of felt like they were setting something else up. Like,
they were muscling Shy and everybody.
The band's
that's
out.
why the band's out. Reggie's out.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna get the band back together. I don't know if that's where they're headed in all this, because like Shy does not seem happy.
No,
and he's not gonna be happy because he's not living
who he
true
is.
self.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also think that this is a really interesting moment to end Shy's whole arc on. He's gotten rid of everybody he cares about, and now he's completely alone, and that's what his life is now, which is not what he wants it to be.
Yeah.
And he's being handled and managed by other people.
Yeah.
You know, he used to kind of be in charge of Reggie, so they got rid of Reggie and and inserted themselves to be more in charge of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shy has had to give up so much of who he is to live this life.
Yeah.
You know, and I also think it would be tragically beautiful if that's the last we see of Shy. This is my life now. I have surrendered to be what everybody wants me to be, and I'm not living who I am.
Yeah.
And that's a juxtaposition with Midge, who's got to, who's determined to follow her own path.
Yeah.
Right?
She's trying to achieve that same success, but it's like the opposite.
It's the opposite, right?
Yeah.
She's not having the same success, but she said it to Rose, right?
Yeah.
I'm at that club because I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, the Rose thing was so irritating.
Rose was irritating, but it was a nice juxtaposition with Shy. I'm rich, successful, and everyone loves me.
Yeah.
But I have no freedom to do what I want. Midge isn't successful, but she's free to do what she wants at this club.
Yeah.
Right? They're the opposite.
It's so interesting. It's like you think that when you achieve all the success and fame and recognition, that
That's when you
do
can
whatever you want.
right?
It's like, nah, you get more
At
eyeballs
least
on
not
it.
for Shy, but I mean, but and again, it's a different time, and I think there's some of this, right? Sophie was was kind of stuck the same way.
Sure.
She needed Susie to get her out of it.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to try something else besides
Sure.
just this. So I think that's very real. But at the same time, if you look at like the world now, you know, if Leonardo DiCaprio woke up tomorrow morning and called his agent and said, "I want to star in a Curious George movie as the Man in Yellow," there would be a script and a contract.
If Leo's like, I want to do Ted 3.
Yeah, right.
Which I would watch, but but at the same time, creatively speaking, yes, they can do anything they want.
Right.
They just can't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. They can't be whoever they want.
You can't go to a Starbucks by yourself or
Sure.
a McDonald's. You can't do any of those things. Like that's just out the window.
And I've never been to LA. And I know, like,
I have.
You know, there's celebrities live there. They're all over there. You see them out walking in TMZ, following around and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would think if you live there, and if you know people who are much more familiar with celebrity culture than I am, you know, as far as like the day to day of it, and you know, you're walking around and you see Hillary Swank, you know, that might just be a thing that people kind of get used to. Hey, there's John Goodman, great, and you move on with your day.
I was kind of expecting that when I went.
Right.
I didn't see any celebrities.
I guess it depends on where you go. It's a big place.
Because I'm a nerd and I'm ridiculous. I made my buddy take me to all the spots, the famous spots from Heat.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, can we just go see like the places where they shot Heat? And he's like, you betcha.
Right. But I mean, they're not going to be walking, you know, in front of Rama's Chinese Theater and stuff.
No, sure,
right?
yeah.
You have to, you know. Oh, who's out walking their dog in Beverly Hills? You know what I mean?
We didn't go into the hills. We drove by. We saw, you know,
right, exactly.
But you're right. It's like this cost of celebrity is really. I think we're starting to tap into it a little bit.
Yeah, I think a lot of the show is, and I think that's a really important thing we're covering. Right, Midge could be more successful if she's willing to really compromise, and Shy is right.
Yeah, he is,
and she's not, and he's more successful because of it. But he's not. He does not look happy doing it.
No, he looked miserable, and I think he genuinely feels sad about the whole tarmac situation.
Yeah, I think he does too, but he doesn't know how to say it.
No, I mean, when you lash out at somebody that you do care for, and I know they're not friends, but at the same time, they basically were until he burned that bridge.
Well, she played her part too. Right.
What is that? What happened? I don't
know. No, I will die on the hill that I think he overreacted for sure.
Thank you.
But they should have had the conversation. Midge is right.
So they're not friends now, but genuinely, I think they were. And it's
I
like,
do too.
What do you say to somebody that you just pushed away? You know what I mean? Like, there's not a whole lot you can say. You can apologize.
He didn't, though. Did you notice that he didn't actually apologize?
He did not apologize.
Midge apologized. He didn't really apologize. He just tried to brush past it and be like, let's hang out.
Yeah.
Well, that's not an apology.
Yeah, if he would have said I'm sorry, maybe it would have ended differently. But yeah,
maybe not.
Regardless, we'll see if he's done in the show. You know, either way, if he comes back, I'm good. If he doesn't come back, I'm good.
Yeah, he's a great character, and if that's his send off, I think it was a good send off. Yeah. Much better than the end of season 3 was for a send off, right?
Oh yeah.
And if they would have just left it there, it's like, well, Shy's the bad guy.
Screw that guy,
right? But I really like they had that moment. And yeah, you have to give the guy credit. He did try to make amends a little bit in his own way. Hey, I don't hate you anymore. Let's be friends.
Yeah.
You know, and she didn't take it obviously because again, that bridge was pretty burnt, right? That bridge is gone.
And we've been talking for a while, but we have to address this because I'm sure you guys are going crazy. The letter that Rose got.
I'm curious about who wrote "Stop." Yeah,
that would terrify me.
Right,
like late at night, you get a little envelope under the door.
I'm 97% sure it has something to do with the family, her matchmaking business.
It's got to. The letter that she smelled the letter. She's like, "Oh, that's lovely."
Somebody else in the family doesn't want her doing it or whatever.
I'm trying to rack my brain. There's 2 great cliffhangers then. Midge jumping out of the car and then the Rose thing. Every time in a movie or show where they roll up to some guy's house and it's like this giant estate,
right?
It's never going to go well.
It seems like it, right?
When Chinatown does it, I mean, like,
right.
But it's like, what is the? Does he know that Midge is a comic?
No, I don't think so. I think it's somebody else in the family that does not want her doing matchmaking.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, the guy said that like there's like some really seedy people that are after the girls, and she's there to gatekeep a little bit and weed those guys out. And I think one of those guys knows and doesn't want her doing it.
That is exciting.
You know, I really hope that's it. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's somebody that doesn't want her hooking up those daughters.
I didn't even take that into consideration.
Right.
That's really exciting.
That'd be my guess. Again, I could, you know, obviously we got very little detail. I could be 180 degrees off, but I feel like that's where we're going.
So
yeah, we'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.